It begins with the sound of coal being shoveled, soft, rhythmic, steady, the quiet labor that starts before sunlight touches the windows. Below stairs, in the belly of the house, the scullery maid moves through the dimness, her breath fogging the air as she lights the range. In the drawing room, letters are opened with silver knives. One is from a cousin recently engaged. Another bears news of a distant war. Neither is met with much reaction. On the desk sits a photograph of the Queen, watching with glass eyes. The food is rich, the portion small. Conversation is studied. Laughter comes only in bursts, like thunder. After supper, there is music. The youngest daughter plays piano Mozart or Chopin, her fingers trembling slightly. No one comments. Her sister embroiders a handkerchief with the wrong thread. No one corrects her. Their mother stares at the fire, remembering a summer before the children were born, before the miscarriages she never named, before her husband stopped kissing her wrist before bed. Her reign has ended, but her presence lingers. The Edwardian era carries her ghost like a scent lavender and dust. Time here is measured in gestures, not hours. The father retreats to his study. He reads letters from the colonies and smokes alone. The mother removes her corset in silence. A day shaped by quiet expectations, invisible labor, and rehearsed affection. No revolutions came. No fortunes changed hands, but it was never truly peaceful. Beneath the starch and lace and polished boots, hearts beat in silence, yearning for something unspoken, freedom, love, or simply the sound of being heard. Her maid helps her into a nightdress that smells faintly of rose. The house breathes slower. Its walls remember all the days before and all the days after. You're safe in this moment. Nothing changes yet. Nothing breaks. The floor is swept. The fire is low, and the house, like you, prepares for another morning. Below, the servants clean what remains. Crumbs, candle wax, fingerprints. The scullery maid closes the kitchen door. She whispers a prayer one her grandmother taught her, not found in books. And then the house is still again. The staff move like shadows through hallways. A footman polishes the stair rail with a cloth that has been passed down like a relic. He thinks of his mother in Yorkshire, the way she used to hum while shelling peas. He does not hum. There is no room for song in this silence. The stone floor is cold beneath her solace. Above her, the rest of the house still sleeps, but not for long. Upstairs, luncheon is laid out with care slices of cold tongue, beetroot salad, watercress sandwiches, crystal glasses filled with weak sherry. Their penmanship is judged harshly by the governess, who smells of lavender water and sternness. The boy escapes to the stables. He smokes when he thinks no one is watching. The horses recognize him by scent. He likes them more than his tutor. In the attic, the laundrywoman hangs shirts to dry. Her hands are red and cracked, her back bent from years of labor. She once held a child in those hands. Now she holds damp collars, stiff with starch. Her room is small, near the eaves, where the wind sings through the slats at night. She dreams of the sea, but has never seen it. Conversation hovers politely over nothing. The daughter asks about a garden party next week. The son scoffs at suffragettes. The mother pretends not to hear. In the kitchen, the cook mutters about the waste of a whole pheasant and the absurdity of chilled aspic. She remembers a time before the mistress was mistress, when she was still a girl with wild eyes and jam on her chin. Things have changed. The house has changed. But no one says so. The gardener brings in a single rose, bloomed late. He leaves it without a word in the hallway. No one notices it until supper. It wilts quickly in the warmth of the gaslight. The Edwardian day begins long before clocks chime and footsteps echo on oak floors. Upstairs, the house is still a world of polished mahogany, stiff linen, and morning frost etched against glass panes. On the second floor, behind a door with brass lettering that reads, "Master," The eldest son stirs beneath a wool blanket. The fire in his grate was lit by someone else hours before he opened his eyes. His slippers are warmed, his clothes laid out in precise order. Drawers, vest, shirt, tie, cufflinks, trousers, braces, jacket. A system, a ritual. He blinks slowly, as if unsure whether the morning deserves him. The servant who laid the fire never saw his face. Below, the butler has already received the day's deliveries: milk in glass bottles, bread wrapped in wax paper, a folded note from the fishmonger confirming the arrival of haddock. The cook is preparing ketchery and eggs, her apron smudged with flour, her hands quick and practiced. The house breathes through these early motions, each gesture rehearsed and invisible. Upstairs, the lady of the house emerges from her chamber, her corset laced by her maid, her hair pinned into the style dictated by last month's issue of The Lady's Realm. She does not speak of pain, though her ribs ache. It is impolite to speak of such things. Pain, like emotion, is tucked beneath satin and posture. She walks with poise through the drawing room, passing a china vase she detests but cannot replace. Her husband still reads the Times at breakfast, silver spoon clinking against porcelain, the smell of kippers curling upward like a second smoke. They do not speak much at breakfast. They never have. Words are for business, not intimacy. The children, 2 girls and a boy, are summoned by the nanny, scrubbed and brushed, starched collars high against their chins. They speak and rehearse pleasantries, nod to their parents, and return to the nursery. The boy will soon go off to school. The girls are instructed in piano, posture, and patience. In another world, they might have learned Latin, medicine, mathematics. Here, they learn silence. They learn how to sip tea without slurping, how to walk without creasing their skirts, how to smile without showing teeth. The day outside is gray and still. A carriage passes. The clop of hooves is absorbed by the fog. In the servants' hall, lunch is bread and stew, eaten quickly, bones scraped clean. Afternoon descends like velvet. The girls write letters on cream stationery. Evening arrives in ceremony. Supper is at 7 with bells and gloves and polished boots. The women descend in gowns. The men offer arms. The clock strikes 10. The lamps are lowered. The children are sent upstairs. The fire is banked. This was a day in an Edwardian household. Not grand, not tragic, simply lived. And as you drift now into sleep, let the clatter of dishes fade, let the bells stop ringing, let the gas lights dim.